We showed
So
this
cool.
off on social
Yeah,
media.
we teased
I
this one
love
off, right?
the.
People were crazy.
I know, right? The glaive, the tonfa, the bladed tonfa, another
Yeah.
highlight of his kit that we'll talk about a little bit later, but looking super
Cool.
cool. All right, Pawn, show him your ninja way. Go through the abilities here.
Oh, the walk animation alone. Yes. Oh, the 3 has the sickle.
Gotta go fast. Start off when we're done.
Yes,
Oh
the
my
ultimate is exactly what I thought it would be.
This is so good.
I
God,
knew
you
it,
just need the
and I love
anime
it.
tagline. Oh, it's like the
You have to do
finishing
some really
move
fun
that
stuff.
the fight is over whenever he cranks that ultimate ability. That's super cool. All right, let's go ahead and get right
That is so
into
cool.
the abilities because that was a lot. But we have got the ninja info cards to break down the abilities. Let's start off with the passive. Shingetsu and Mangetsu. Pon, what's going on with the passive?
Yep, so his blades aren't just there for show. They actually are named and kind of represent different powers of the moon. Shingetsu is on the left, Mangetsu is on the right. And you'll see that when I actually hit with them, see how they're kind of glowing now? This means that they're empowered. Shingetsu kind of represents the chaos and uncertainty of night. And so when this weapon is augmented and glowing, it actually cleaves. So you'll be able to see here I do some extra damage.
The other one healed,
And it
it
also
seems.
restores some mana. When Mangetsu is empowered, it represents kind of like the illuminating nature of light, the kind of like piercing nature of light, and so it actually does bonus damage as well as restore some health. So you want to kind of get in there,
Huh, so
activate
that
your
leaf kit
weapons,
was
and then if you
not
get to stay in
completely
combat
wrong.
hitting, you get further reward.
That one regard, it was right.
Just want to confirm with you, Pun. Tsukiyomi is definitely going to be. He's an assassin, right?
Yes, he is an assassin. I should have mentioned that earlier. He is definitely an assassin. You'll find good success with him in the jungle and maybe in the soul lane.
For sure.
Oh,
And
you'll
the thing
definitely
about
find some success in
assassins
the jungle.
and ninjas have a whole arsenal of tools that they use. So let's talk about the Shuriken. And ability 1 is the Dark Moon Shuriken. What's going on with ability 1?
So ability 1 is Dark Moon Shuriken. He actually uses Shingetsu to kind of conjure it forward. It glows, and from the smoke of the weapon comes out the Shuriken. You can see that you'll throw it out. And so you can see the kind of shape of it. But when you hit a target, it sticks to them, and if you walk near them, you retrieve it. So you actually throw your Shuriken, get in melee range of someone, pick it back up, and throw it again. The cooldown gets reduced by 40%. You'll also notice that each time I fired this ability, I have this new extra targeter. This is the single use range attack. Your 1 and your 3 both do this. So after you use your 1, use it whether you hit or not, you get this extra range attack from the weapon. And this one, since it's Shingetsu's, will actually steal movement speed from your target. So when you hit someone with it, you can see that Odin's going slower, and I'm actually moving faster now.
Nice.
That's super cool.
Oh my god.
So just to confirm,
that is actually
you throw
super
the
strong.
Shuriken, and then his next basic attack is kind of empowered in his range.
Doesn't
right?
need that much mobility then. Doesn't need the blink then.
Nice. All right, let's move on to the second ability and his.
Or you
second
use blink
ninja
first and
tool,
do that then.
The Kusarigama. What's going on with this one?
Yeah, so for those who aren't familiar with the weapon, it's a kind of disarming weapon, which you'll see what it does. He actually turns his blades into the Kusarigama and swings it around him. You'll note that it has a left, right, and center targeter. Hits the left, the right, and then the center.
Oh, that's the 3 hits.
If you hit with the left and right, it'll actually disarm the target that you hit. And if you hit with the center final hit, it will do more damage and stun the target. So you can really use this to kind of get around, disarm the enemy hunter, and then stun the priority target if you need to. Also, if you're in the middle of like a team fight, you can hit people and kind of use this as a defensive tool so that they can't hit you back.
Super cool.
So you turn your camera quickly
I'm
so you hit
loving
all
the
3
target
hits, I
shapes
guess.
in here. So hit on the both sides. Is it only a disarm on the left side?
Disarm on the left, right, and then center is stun.
Awesome.
I really like the effect as well.
All right, let's go on to ability number 3, Silver Moon Caltrops. What's going on with this one? New targeter shape, first of all.
So yeah, we have a crescent shape. It's really neat.
It's huge, by the way.
So in this one, the theming is again kind of like calling upon like the nature of like night and like what kind of lights up the sky. So he holds Mangetsu Loft, and it kind of explodes into a shower of stars that fall to the ground as caltrops. You can see here that when enemies walk into it, if they step over it, they actually are slowed and take some damage.
Oh,
so this happens on deploy
expected.
as well as when they walk through it. And then just like my first ability, I get this extra ranged single target attack. This ranged attack will actually deal bonus true damage. I had to sneak true damage in there somewhere. So it actually does 5 plus like 40% physical power scaling
Get
as true damage.
bonus
So you can
damage
use
in
this
his
to damage
basics,
some tanks, or
bonus
just get
true
some extra
damage,
on squishy
2
targets.
slows, and a stun. That's a
And
lot.
what's important to note here is if I make the enemy god stop moving, if I cast this ability, they don't take damage if they don't move. They only take
Oh.
damage if you move on this. So if you get trapped in this and you realize you're not in danger, it might be best not to continue stepping your feet onto the caltrops. Just a little unique touch to this ability.
That's super cool and thematic. All right, I think it's time for the big one, the ultimate ability, Piercing Moonlight. Pon, can you please just fire it one more time and talk to me about what it does?
Yep. So you can see here that when I ult, I kind of like become this being of pure moonlight, and I fire these 4 projectiles, like basically giant laser beams that travel super fast. For every single target that I hit, they become marked, and I will dash through them in the sequence that I hit them. So you'll see here if I hit these 3 Odins over here, and then cast to the left, I dash through all these first, and then I go to the other targets. I can hit them in any order, and I can have up to 12 targets that I can dash through. So you can see on these Odins over here where they're all kind of in a nice line, I only actually hit 3 of them. Stopped at 3, but I get to dash through them for 12 unique strikes.
Not really a good escape
It's also
though, it
important to note
seems,
that you
because
end
he's
the ultimate,
land next to the enemy.
Where your last target was, so you got to be a little bit careful. We've had a few playtests where someone's ulted me while I was playing them, and I just carried them back to my tower. So you got to be a little careful when you use it. But if you play the kind of range poke style that he's really good at, if you keep your distance, find really key opportunities to go in, and then use your ultimate as like the finisher, or a really good way to find someone that's out of position, you can do a lot of damage with this. Hitting the same target multiple times is quite a bit. It's also important to note that no matter how far away they get, you will dash to them. So in situations where someone tries to use a movement ability, you will follow them and hit them. So especially in some chaotic fights, you get some crazy distance going on this.
Yeah, because
I
like you
can
were
only
saying,
imagine some potential plays. Sorry, go ahead, Clumsy.
it's all about that range poking, right? Because from this kit, other than the ult, you don't actually have any initiation. You don't have a normal movement ability. It's all about stealing movement ability and getting closer, and then finally using that ulti, right?
Yeah, when you're generally playing him, you're doing things like casting out your caltrops to disorient your opponents, using your followed range attacks to really whittle down their health, and you're just really looking for that key opportunity to go in with your ultimate. And when you pull it off, man, does it feel satisfying.
What would you say is recommended like ability order would be?
I tend to max the 1, just because it's pretty good reliable poke. Its base damage is pretty good. It's good for clearing things. And then after that, I've gone back and forth on maxing the 3 and the 2. If I feel like I can get in melee range and use the Kusarigama more effectively, then I level it. If I feel like I need to stay range because they have a lot of CC to potentially lock me down, I'll use the Caltrops.
If the 3 increase the true damage, then it might be worth maxing the 3.
For sure. And of course,
Which
Tsukiyomi
probably
is an
does.
assassin, so of course he's going to be in the jungle role. Do you see any potential of him flexing anywhere else, or no?
The solo has some interesting use cases where you can use the 1 and get the cooldown back really quickly, but the mana costs are a bit prohibitive. We'll probably see people experiment in the solo lane, but I expect him to stick pretty closely to the jungle.
Cool.
And also,
Well, is
I
there
have
anything else? Sorry, go ahead, Pon.
Yes, the art team. The art team, they had this kind of like this idea of like super awesome ninja, regal, royal, proper, precise. There's a lot of like buzzwords that were thrown around, and they did a really good job at like consolidating the art style, really making this character look so cool.
I really like how it looks.
The ultimate had a lot of stuff going on with it to make sure that it looked really cool as you dash around the map. Every single part of him had a lot of like tweaks that need to happen during development, and so I just want to make sure the art team has proper shout-outs, including this is a ninja run, and it looks cool. He's doing the ninja run.
All right, so that means the next Area 51 raid, we all cosplay Tsukiyomi, right?
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. Well, that is Tsukiyomi.
I really wonder what basic attacks would mean for him,
base
like
model
how
here,
good
but we
he'll be
also
in that
want to
regard.
take a chance to show
with
you
his
guys
extra effects.
a closer look at what his in-game models look like, as well as the recolors. So this is the base here. Got some nice ninja flips going on. And again, shout out to the entire art team. We've got the next one up. We've got a recolor coming, and it's Lunar Eclipse Tsukiyomi, I believe, and we'll have the card art in just a second.
so cool. All the recolor spoilers are super cool.
I know.
Spoilers.
So I believe we've got a voice pack line to go along with this one as well. So we'll take a look at it in game.
Oh, I thought we were going to see it in games. Oh, yeah, we do.
Miscreants. They trample order, spitting in the face of proper decorum. I will not sully the moon to shine on them any longer.
I think that recolor is one with the black hair.
Definitely loving
In the
this
darkest
recolor.
night, my blades can sense your arrogance.
So edgy. Definitely loving the kind of like the dark side of the moon with the recolor. And this is
Speaking
the
of edgy.
Ascended recolor. So you guys will be able to get this
That's
one with
literally the
Season
World of
Pass
Warcraft skin.
2020. This is probably my favorite one out of the bunch. So we'll go ahead and
the
take a
Blood
look at
Elf
this one
skin.
in game as well. But the black and red, of course, goes right alongside classic ninja vibes, and it's super.
Oh, I thought they were going to change his
And something that's really
blade
cool with
colors.
these weapons is because they have that kind of contrasting style. These skins, as well as the legendary and golden skins, one weapon is basically like pure gold, and the other one is basically the contrasting color. So on the default golden one, it's like kind of like blue. Yeah, here we go.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
these-
something I want to see.
It's just you get some really cool flavor with these weapons. I'm a
If they have
huge
the
fan.
matching glow, that would be so cool.
Yeah, this one looks
Like a
super
black
awesome.
glow
And,
on
oh
the
yeah, I can definitely
legendary.
see the blue weapon in the front and the foreground, and then the gold weapon in the back. Oh, that's super awesome.
Yeah. Oh, it's so
That's a
cool.
lot of good potential. I like
Black and
that.
gold.
Oh my god,
My
I want
I've
to see
I've
the
just been
effects.
fangirling through his whole development, and so it's not gonna stop.
I just want to see the effects. I want to see if it.
Definitely.
Oh my god, the
and
diamond
diamond-
actually looks so good.
Oh, so good.
Not only
Yo,
diamond doesn't even
the
look that good, but
right
this
side
one looks so
weapon almost
good.
looks semi-translucent on that one. That one's.
I wonder
super
who's gonna be the
awesome.
first to actually get him to rank 10.
I know, right? We'll have to see. I wonder if there's a way that we can figure it out and like hit him with like a ninja prize or something like that. That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
And of course, the golden one here for you guys.
Gonna be hard to get
Super
into Mastery
cool.
10 because
All right,
everyone's
Pond
gonna be
Clumsy,
playing him.
Before we sign off here, what's your kind of favorite thing about Tsukiyomi and the process about getting him into the game? And I'll start with Pond.
Yeah, I think my favorite part about him was really going through those early concepting brainstorms where we kind of settled on along the core themes that we wanted to go with it, as well as the weapons, and just seeing the art team kind of run with that and make something really, really cool. It's always crazy like coming to a meeting and like they're like, here we have this, and it's like that's just incredible. So I think that was my favorite part about Tsukiyomi.
For sure. What about you, Clumsy?
My favorite part was definitely playtesting. We got to try him out quite a bit in the development phase, and man, he's right my kind of assassin, right? He
Look
goes
at
in
the
with
cat
all his
out.
different types of attacks, his range basic attacks,
I
after
noticed
following
that.
with his 1 and his 3, and then finally going in with that ulti to do a flashy kill on someone. Yeah, definitely my playstyle.
For sure. And I just want to give a shout out to the entire team. Design, art, programming, we're all still working
Yep.
from home, and being able to do this is absolutely amazing. And I'm
yeah.
super excited to play Tsukiyomi with all of you guys on PTS, which is targeted for Friday. So be sure to keep an eye out on Smite Games social media channels. We'll be sure to let you guys know when it's up and ready to go for you guys. But that wraps it up for the show. Pond, Clumsy, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. And guys, thanks so much for tuning in and hanging out. We will see you guys next time.
And I also thank you for watching. If you're new to the channel, feel sub button and with the bell so you get notified of all the other Tsukiyomi stuff that's coming up, including the PTS stuff, of course. And yeah, on that, see you for the next one in just a bit because I'm going to make the patch notes review right after this anyways. Duke Sloth, out.